Hello, Capricorn. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. I don't know if that just fell over to the side. There we go. We good? We good. Thank you for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Star Spinner Tarot by Trungles. There is a website for this, chroniclebooks.com, here on the back. If you are interested and would like to see that stuff, go ahead and freeze that frame, and then you could look that up if you so want to. If you so desire. Wow, I was tripping over that, wasn't I? All right, supportive oracle cards, spell casting oracle cards. Here's the creators. Flavia, I believe is how you say that. Barbara and Lizbeth, and there's their last names. But there is a website for them, sheisart.com. Shewhoisart.com. Over here, shewhoisart.com. That's why I show them. That way if I trip on the way I say it. It says here it's $20. I got it on Amazon for $15 recently. This is March of 2021. This reading is valid for when you come to it, but if you look for it soon, if you like it, you might get it on sale if you're interested in it, of course, or if you're interested in giving it to somebody else. I just think it's a pretty cool deck, so I thought I'd put that out there. Capricorn. Like, we're going right into it here, I'm noticing. Energy's coming right in. Okay. I feel like I'm concerned. My first thought when I was putting out the cards is like, I'm concerned somebody's going to ditch out on me. I'm kind of like, I have plans, I have things I need to get done, and I'm concerned they're going to ditch out on me. Are they going to? Or am I going to tell them to go? Are they going to ditch out on me? Or am I going to kind of wrap this up and kind of set them free? Kind of like, you know what? Instead of kind of constantly worrying if they're going to go, maybe it's time to kind of see if they want to go, and then try to find a way to wrap this up in a way to where, okay, they're leaving, but I'm getting this shut down, I'm getting this put together, they're doing what I need them to do, I'm getting the information I need to get from them. So that way they're going, but then I don't have to worry about it when they do. Everything's already in line, I have what I need, I have things where they need to be. Because I'm getting this, it's the dream card, but I feel like it could be daydreams, or just like it could be like a psychic card sometimes too. I'm noticing that like psychic energy sometimes comes through, or just like I'm having this inkling like something's not right, and I'm worried about it. I'm worried that somebody's just going to ditch out, but it's also somebody I like. I could be wrong, so let me know, but I feel like Capricorn comes across a lot of people that they like and they care about, but they just kind of look at them like, I don't know what you're doing, but I like you, I care about you, I'll try to help you, but I think you could do that better. And you kind of want to tell them, but sometimes you're like, I just don't want to get into the aggravation of it. I don't want to get into the aggravation of it. I just feel like Capricorn might gravitate towards that, like towards people that kind of could use a little bit of help, but at the same time you're like, oh, I don't know really how much I could be effective there, but I'll try to drop hints every now and then. Let me know, because I'm worried, and I'm like, I've been trying to work with this energy, but I'm not really sure how much farther it's going to go. And they are showing signs of stress. They've got the Ten of Wands. The thing is, the Ten of Wands is a high level of stress, but that's the one that's leading towards success. It's like trudging up that rocky, long mountain, but getting to the top and getting your bounty when you finally get there. Like, the Ten of Swords would be the same thing, except at the end you end up with nothing. Actually, you lost at the end. You took this trip up this horrible mountain, and then you realize what I really wanted was back at the start, and you're like, oh, crap. Like, that's the Ten of Swords, just in case you need for reference. I don't know why I'm saying that, but there you go. They are still succeeding, but they're showing high levels of stress. And I feel like you're kind of like, I don't know how much longer this is going to last. I feel like we need to change this. And it maybe I have to figure out what the stress is with them. At the very least, I feel like we need to change the connection here. We need to change it here with something that you can be more comfortable, kind of like, all right, the level at which we're handling this, I'm seeing the signs of stress on them. I just don't feel confident they're going to be able to stick with this too much longer. So at the very least, we have to like change what they do, or downgrade it, or maybe get them doing something else somewhere else. I don't know. We got to change things. And I feel like you're starting this with a conversation, kind of like, we need to do something different here. We need to start talking about what's going on and what we can do to fortify this in a way that I feel like will continue moving forward or be good for the situation as a whole. That's a good place to start, because I feel like you're going to do that. This is somebody you do like. Like, they matter. They matter. They matter. And what version of matter, I don't know. For some reason, I'm getting like it depends on you what way you feel about them. But you know what you know. You know what you know. Let's just do that. You know what you know. Knight of Cups, commitment. Commitment goes two ways. Like, you are kind of committed to them. You want to keep them around. You'd like to keep the connection alive. But you're also committed to the situation and the success of the situation. So you're like, this needs to work out. I need to see what I can do with them. Let me see if we can renegotiate this and see what's acceptable. Like, I don't want the bottom to just fall out of this, and I'm worried it might. Before we get there, I want to see if we can reconstruct this in a better way. So you're coming in this with a very positive, very, very positive energy, and you've been putting a lot of thought into it. So you've been noticing things, you've been thinking about things, and you're coming up with ideas like, maybe we could do this, maybe we could do that. Let me talk with them and see how they respond to certain ideas to see if that's really valid. It's kind of like, I have ideas, I know what I kind of would like, but I really need the response from them. I need to see how they react to this to know if these ideas I have are really applicable, if they're really sustainable, if they really would work, or have a chance to work it even. So you're putting a lot of thought into this. This is very helpful to them. I feel like there's a lot of water energy coming in. There's literally only 2 cards of water, but I feel like there's more. I feel a lot of water coming in. And they're worried, but I get, like, they do understand that you really do care, and you do seem to acknowledge that the stress level is too high for them. So they very much like that, but at the same time, they might be getting caught up in their own head. Here's the other water card, the moon, which is sometimes Pisces, depending on what it is. For some reason, sometimes I read it as Cancer. I'm not in this time, because in astrology, Cancer is ruled by the moon. I think that's why my mind goes there. But all this coming together makes me feel like they're very thankful and happy you're coming towards them and talking this out. They're also very worried and kind of like, I don't want to disappoint the Capricorn. And they're kind of like, with the Capricorn, rather I just kind of not do this anymore. I don't think you're coming across that way, but I feel like they're having nervous energy. Because their challenge cards are the Justice card and, is that the King or the Knight? King. King of Swords. Yep. Which, communication is very open and fluid, but I feel like they need to, I don't know what they need to do. Because I feel like they're worried that this is kind of like disappointing to you. Because when Justice comes in as the challenge card, it's kind of like they feel like what's coming forward is fair, but they also kind of feel like judgment is against them, or like kind of like they're getting called out for something that they're not able to control or contain. Control. I keep getting the word control, I'm noticing. Like, this is out of their control. They don't feel like they can keep up. They want to, but they just, you know what I mean? They just can't. Not everybody can keep up. When you guys get going and you know what you're doing and you know what you're doing and you get it done and you get it done and you do it the way it needs to be done and you know what you're doing, sometimes people can't keep up, I've noticed. Like, I have a friend, he's very good at woodworking. He's really good at it. He's a Capricorn, obviously, that's why I'm mentioning him. Very, very good at it. But it's hard to, like, I don't know why. It's like when he does it, it looks so easy. It makes so much sense. But to try to emulate that seems like a challenge. Like, I'm like, I don't know. He's just really good. And I'm like, I've mentioned, like, I think he's really talented. And he's like, well, partly, but I learned and I kept trying and I worked at it until I got it right. So I think he kind of puts that out there, kind of like, you know, I've done trial and error and I just kept working at it and I kept trying to make it better until I finally did it the way I wanted it done. And once I got it that way, I stuck with it and I kept doing it the same way. It's a lot. It's like you guys perfect, and the way you perfect is it gets to a point where you make it look easy. It's like you guys make it look easy, but when somebody else tries to do it, they can't. It's just kind of like, I don't know, that Capricorn just seems to have a lot of talent, a lot of skill, and you're like, well, I cultivated it. I made that happen. I created it over time. But they seem to be a little bit lost in that quagmire. Like, they don't seem to understand. You're telling them that, but they're like, well, no, I think you're gifted. Like, they just think you're really gifted. And you do have talents. It's not like you don't, but it's the way you cultivate it. I don't know if that's making sense. I hope that's making sense, because they feel overwhelmed and they're just like, you're really good and I can't do that. That's how they feel, like, you're really good and I can't do that, and they feel bad about it. They're like, I want to, I wish I could. You make it look so easy, but I can't seem to do it. The conversations help. We keep coming forward. Is what's coming in is my question, because I feel like you're reconstituting this. They have to be honest about how they feel. That's a good thing, is what they're telling me. So if they're saying, I don't know, I really just think you're really good at it and I just can't keep up. The grieving with the strength card is like them telling you the truth about how they feel. Like, I'm really impressed about how you do this, Capricorn. I just don't think I can make the grade. I just think you're really talented. I just think you're really, really good at this. Explain to them a little more, slowly move them forward. I feel like what we have to do to really get this on track is we got to dial it back like to a third of what they're doing. I don't know if that sounds realistic or not. You know what you're dealing with, so you're going to make up your own mind, clearly. Just, go with it. Roll with me on this one. We're going to dial it back to a third, reinforce the basics until they get those down, and then start adding things back in slowly. I think you can get this person up to par, but you got to dial it back a lot. Start with the simple stuff again. Well, I don't know how simple you got to go. You're going to know. You'll know what you need to do. Reinforce that and keep it there for a while until it seems like it's just no-brainer. They can do it so easy, and then start adding it back in. I feel like however they got involved in this, it just wasn't the right way to do it. And by you pulling it back, you get that new beginning. You get that new beginning, and I feel like you're helping them. You're helping them learn this, because I'm noticing they have the strength card, and then you have the courage card, which also looks like the strength card with the lion on it, and the death card, like a whole new beginning. I don't think this is an ending. I feel like there's a misconception about what they can and can't do, and you're ending that for them. You're pulling them out of that. Like, they can do this, and you can teach them how to do this. You just got to make it a lot simpler, get back into it a lot slower, and you'll bring them up to speed. You'll teach them how to do it. I feel like you're going to kind of teach them like a better way to learn things. Kind of like you reinforce the basics, and once you know the basics very well, add into that a little bit. When that starts to jive in like it should, add a little bit more. When that works out the way it should, we add in a little more, and before you know it, you'll be up to speed, and they'll be good. This is something they can do. I feel like this is part of their brain block, though. They see what you're doing. They try to get to that goal. They try to emulate what you're doing right now. Like, you're hitting level 10. They're at They're at skill level 3. You're at skill level 10. They're trying to produce stuff like skill level 10, and they can't do that. They're way above. That's way beyond them right now. But they can. You can help them get up there so that they're with you too. They can do this. I just feel like they have to reconstitute and bring this back around. And I feel like this reading is just letting you know, yes, they can do it. But we got to dial it back and reiterate the basics if we really want this to work. Are we good? Good. I think we're there. Anything else for this? All right. I hope that helps. I'm going to shut this down here. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below as well. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.